Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for coming over. Y'all know y'all are greatly appreciated, all right? And for those of you who are new here, welcome on in, man. Y'all see the title. Now, I think every now and then I might give y'all some story time just of stuff I experienced in life, especially this one, because, you know, it's kind of dealing with music. So, for those of you who don't know, I used to work at the Staples Center, all right? I've said it before many times. Now, when you work at the Staples Center as an usher, you basically are going to see any event that comes in that building, whether it's dealing with sports, music, wrestling, just anything, all right? Anything that you can think of at the Staples Center in the year of 2000 to 2004, I was a part of. My mama still worked there. Shout out to you, mama, if you're watching this video. But just to give you an idea of where I worked when I was at the Staples Center, if you are watching a Laker game, Clipper game, my section was across from the visiting team bench, all right? So I was looking directly at Jack Nicholson. I'm across, all right? So when you go into the Staples Center, you have the court seats, the lower bowl. On this side, you have PR level, and behind both of the backboards is the 200 level, all right? And then the very top, of course, is the 300 level. Now, where I was standing, I was working this night. It was Paul McCartney concert. It was just him by himself, doing a lot of Beatles songs, tributes, stuff like that. Where I was standing, the stage was towards up front, behind the, not behind, but up there towards the Lakers bench. All right, that's where the stage was at. Now, I had a coworker who worked on the PR level, which is where he was at, was like kind of center court. If you're watching a basketball game, he was like center court, but the next level up at PR. So you have these suites, A, B, and C. You know, people come in through a different entrance, whatever. But when you're sitting there, if you're sitting in the first row in the suite, there's like a 2 foot by 2 foot piece of glass that, you know, supposed to help you from, you know, leaning forward, you know, stuff like that. Not putting any, you don't want to put any food because it can fall down, stuff like that. So working the concert just like a normal night, checking tickets. You know, Paul McCartney's singing, and then out of nowhere you hear like a lot of screaming, not screaming like panic, but like happy, like, oh my God. And then they shined a spotlight on this couple. They were going up the stairs. And, you know, I'm too far away to see, but they end up putting them on the TV screen. There's like all these TVs in there, and they put them on there. And it was Tom Cruise and Penelope Cruz. I don't know the exact year they were dating, but that's around that time they were together. That's when I was at that concert. Now, they were going up the stairs, and people were cheering, going crazy. And this story I'm getting from my friend is after, all right? Because, you know, the concert went on, Tom Cruise, you know, Paul McCartney, and, you know, the concert ended. We did our normal thing we do. We go down to the bottom and have everybody leave out this way. Check all the seats, make sure people ain't leaving things. And then we wait for the supervisor to give us our little, telling us we can go. And then once he does that, we all go into the locker room, change into our normal clothes, go home. That's what normally happens. But on this night, it was a little different, all right? We went down, checked the seats. Everybody went home. We waited for the supervisor. He waves us. We went into that locker room. We were in there changing our clothes. And then our coworker came in there, bust through the door, laughing, breathing hard, can't talk. You know when someone needs to say something, but something they just can't get it out because they, ooh, man, that's how he was. So we like, man, what's going on? Like, what the hell happened? So he finally got himself together. And he said to us, he said, y'all know when they were shining that light on Tom Cruise, and you know, some of us knew, I guess some people maybe didn't see it. They might have been somewhere else, but most of us was like, yeah, we saw it. He said it was this guy. Mind you, he's on the PR level. And then you have A, B, C. Upper concourse. If you're on A, you jump down. It's like, okay. B, you're like, hey. C, don't do it. All right? So, this guy is up on sea level. As Tom Cruise is walking, he said he could look up and he seen the guy leaning forward, yelling, Tom! Tom! Just yelling. He said he could tell the guy was drunk. You can tell he was just because of the way his voice was. He's just yelling, Tom, Tom. So he was looking up and he just went back like whatever, just standing there, you know, looking at everything's going on. He said about 7 seconds later, bam! That the guy fell like 2 feet in front of him. He said not only did he fall, if you guys are familiar with the Wayans brothers, Marlon and Shawn Wayans, on that Wayans Bro show they had with John Witherspoon, rest in peace. Marlon used to always play around. He even did it in his movies, where he would go on his knees, but his butt would be touching the ground along with his back and head, because he was flexible like that. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know. But he said the man fell like that and was leaned back. He said you could tell both of his legs were broken because they were all weird looking. But he said he went to the guy and he was like freaking out because the guy was just, you can tell he was all messed up. And he said the guy was still yelling in a moaning voice for Tom Cruise. He said he was on the ground. He said he was going, Tom, Tom. Because my friend, he did it. In the locker room, he got down as best as he could, and he did it. And mind you, what's really messed up is Tom Cruise has no idea this happened. No idea. Only the people that were up there and probably the people on the suites who probably saw something fall, those are the only people who knew, and us, that this man fell down, broke his legs, yelling for Tom Cruise, who didn't even know he was there because everybody was yelling his name. And I was like, damn. So my friend had to go and get help for the guy. They came and got him out of there. But he said he ain't never in his life seen somebody just so messed up yelling for another man's name like that. He wasn't yelling for help. He said he was yelling, Tom. That's how you know he was really drunk. And all I could think when he told us this story was, how dare Tom Cruise leave a damn Paul McCartney concert early. That's all I got. Peace out.